Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Welcome to our presentation. So today our group will be presenting Emily Dickinson's poem, which is Hope is the Thing with Feathers. In this presentation, we will introduce the poem and the poem present our Malay translation, explain the translation strategies we use, analyze the poem's literary elements and themes, and finally is share our reflection on the translation process. Without further, I would like to invite Speaker 1 to begin with the introduction to the poet and the poem.
Thank you, moderator. Today our group will present Emily Dickinson's poem, Hope is the Thing with Feathers. We will discuss the poet's background, provide a Malay translation of the poem, explain our translation strategies, analyze the poem's literary elements, and share our reflections. So about the poet, Emily Dickinson was an American poet who lived from 1830 to 1886. She is considered one of the most influential poets in English literature. Dickinson was known for her unique writing style. Her poems often explore themes such as hope, death, nature, faith, and also human emotions. Although she wrote nearly 1,800 poems, only a few were published during her lifetime. Today, Dickinson is celebrated for her creative use of imagery, symbolism, and metaphor. So, about the poem, Hope is the Thing with Feathers is one of Dickinson's most famous poems. In this poem, Dickinson compares hope to a small bird that lives within the human soul. This bird continuously sings and provides comfort, especially during difficult times. The poem emphasizes that hope remains strong even during life's challenges and never asks for anything in return. Before moving on to the translation, let's listen to the Malay version of the poem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 1, for introducing Emily Dickinson and providing us with an overview of the poem. Now, let us move to the Malay translation of the poem. I would like to invite Speaker 2 to present the translated version and explain some of the translation choices made.
Thank you, moderator, and Speaker 1 for introducing the poem. So, for the Malay translation of the poem, as for the title, which is Hope is the Thing with Feathers, I translated it to Harapan ibarat burung bersayap. So this is the whole translation. Harapan itu ibarat burung bersayap yang bertenggek di dalam jiwa, mendendangkan lagu tanpa suara dan tak pernah berhenti selamanya. For the second stanza, dalam ribut paling ganas, ia tetap kedengaran. Namun, hebat benar badai yang diperlukan untuk membungkam si burung kecil yang telah menghangatkan beribu ramai insan. For the last stanza, I translated it into aku pernah mendengarnya di bumi paling dingin dan di laut yang paling asing. Namun, walau dalam saat paling sukar, ia tak pernah meminta apa-apa daripadaku. Alright, so that is the whole translation in Malay. So for the translation, while translating, we tried to preserve the poem's original meaning and emotional impact. For example, like the words, the phrases perched in the soul was translated as tenggek dalam jiwa because it maintains the bird imagery. Meanwhile, the phrase a crumb of me was translated as secebis daripadaku to convey the idea that hope never asks for any payment or any reward. So our goal was to make the translation sound natural in Malay while still retaining Dickinson's poetic imagery. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 2, for presenting the Malay translation and explaining how the original meaning and imagery were preserved. Next, Speaker 3 will discuss the translation strategies used throughout the translation process and justify the choices by made our group. Okay, Speaker 3.
Moderator, now I will explain the justification of translation strategies. There are several translation strategies were used to preserve both meaning and literary quality. The first one, we use semantic translation, which is focused on preserving the author's intended meaning. For example, hope is the thing with feathers became harapan ialah makhluk berbulu. Instead of translating word for word, we chose a phrase that sounds natural while keeping the metaphor intact. And second, the metaphor preservation. The bird metaphor is the central image of the poem. So rather than replacing it with a cultural different symbol, we retain the bird imagery because it effectively represents freedom, resilience, and optimism. Next, the adaptation for natural Malay expression. Some English phrases sound unnatural when translated directly. And for this example, the sweetest in the gale is heard, which was adapted into paling merdu kedengaran ketika ribut. Okay. And this example preserve the meaning while ensuring the fluency in relief. And lastly, the maintaining tone. The poem has a gentle, comforting tone. Therefore, we selected words such as Iwa, Merdu, and Secebis, which is to maintain the emotional and reflective mood of the original poem, which these strategies help us to balance the accuracy with readability. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 3, for the clear explanation of the translation strategies. Okay, now we will continue with an analysis of the poem themes and literary element. Please welcome to Speaker 4 to explain about her opinion.
Okay, thank you, moderator and Speaker 3. The central theme of this poem is hope. Dickinson portrays hope as something constant and powerful. Even during difficult situations, hope continues to exist within us. The poem suggests that hope is an essential human quality that helps people endure hardships. For an example, the slide 7, metaphor. The most significant literary device in the poem is metaphor. Dickinson compares hope to a bird. The bird is not literally hope, instead it symbolizes the qualities of hope, such as resilience, persistence, comfort, and freedom. This metaphor helps readers visualize an abstract emotion. Another one is slide 8, symbolism. Several symbols appear in the poem. The bird symbolizes hope, the storm and gale symbolize life-changing, suffering, and hardships. The soul symbolizes the inner self where hope resides. This symbol deepens the poem's meaning and make it more relatable. Next example is slide 9, tone. The tone of the poem is optimistic, encouraging, and reassuring. Even when Dickinson describes storm and cold lands, the poem remains positive because of hope continues to sing despite diversity. Hope continues to sing despite adversity. Next one is slide 10, imagery. The poem uses vivid imagery. Readers can also imagine a bird preach quietly, a song without words, violent storms, and cold lanes and strange seas. These images create strong emotional and visual effect. On the next slide is slide 11, rhythm and sound. The poem has a smooth and musical rhythm. The repeated uses of the word "and" create a flowing movement similar to a bird's continuous song. This rhythm reinforces the idea that hope never stops. So overall, Dickinson successfully uses literary devices to communicate the strength and endurance of hope. Next is the individual reflection.
I think that's all from you. Okay, let me continue. Okay, thank you, Speaker 4, for the insightful analysis and conclusion. It's okay, let me give the conclusion for our presentation. To summarize all of the all of the presentation. Emily Dickinson, hope is the thing with feeders, portrays hope as a powerful force that remains with us even during life's most difficult moments. Through our Malay translation strategies, and literary analysis, we gain a deeper appreciation of how poetry conveys meaning through metaphors, symbolisms, imagery, tones, and rhythms. We hope this presentation has provided a better understanding of both the poem and the challenge involved in the literary translation. Thank you for your attention. We will now be happy to answer any question you may have. Thank you from me.
Thank you, moderator, and everyone for today.